Blake Griffin has injured his hand, technically broke it after getting into an altercation with the equipment manager of the Clippers after a restaurant in Toronto. We have more from ESPN, as the quote will give you some more context as to what happened. This is an injury that will not take days to heal. Doc Rivers says it will take weeks to heal. The Clippers already were without Blake Griffin because of a quad injury, and they have been performing pretty well without him. They went on a very long win streak, a 10-plus game win streak without him, and again, this whole offense moves better, as our executive producer Dan will tell you about it. But regardless, let's get to that ESPN quote. It's the first element we got for you guys in regards to Blake Griffin's hand. According to the sources, Griffin and the equipment staffer got into an argument in a restaurant during the team's trip to Toronto. Griffin hit the man, who then left the restaurant and went outside. Griffin followed him outside and hit him again. So no video or photos yet of Blake Griffin's hands. Doc Rivers, head coach of the Clippers, said he'd give more details at the press conference before tonight's game against the Pacers in Indiana. Francis.
It's clear. I mean, when you don't use the right fabric softener on the shirt, you're going to get hit. He's an equipment manager. He needs to get Blake Griffin his right shirt.
That's where you're going with
Your ability to catch on to jokes is disastrous. But this is what happens when you upset Blake Griffin.
I don't know how much equipment managers deal with fabric softeners.
They do. Well, they deal with the equipment.
I feel like they're more like the jock straps.
Yeah, well,
not in basketball,
that needs to be soft.
Right. Regardless, Twitter, of course, erupted. Deadspin had some great comments. Let's start with the two tweets that I found today that I thought were hilarious. One, this is a throwback to when Blake Griffin still ducking Zebo's fade when Zach Randolph's on the floor and he almost got knocked the hell out. This is a while back when Chauncey Billups was on the Clippers, but this started trending this morning. And the second one, maybe not so safe for work. Can't help to wonder if this is related. And the best of the best, though, is Deadspin, where they referenced, geez, ESPN, we know he's not that good, but it's just rude to refer to Austin Rivers as equipment staff. Deadspin backing up, the Deadspin comment section backing up my thoughts on Austin Rivers being the worst player in basketball.
So, I mean, we can only assume that it was an altercation that is, I mean, between both of them, you argue with people who are on your staff, and maybe this equipment manager voiced his opinion. Maybe he ran something like the thoughts of our executive producer, Dan Keston, said, like,
the team's
our offense is running better without you. Maybe Blake Griffin didn't respond to it. But what I mentioned today to Dan as well, is he's an avid Clippers fan, and what I wanted to talk to the audience about is this just showing more disrupt within the camp when it comes to Blake Griffin? Like, because there is speculation about whether or not they should trade him. There's a Deadspin ran an article about why Blake Griffin should be traded and what they could get in return from it. We talked about this before. It's clear we don't know the situation. The equipment manager could have been in the wrong, and he could have just sparked a reaction from Blake Griffin based on what he said. But it doesn't play well for Blake. It doesn't show that he's that he's happy. And I don't imagine he should be happy because he's not been playing, and the team has been thriving without him. But what kind of message does this send?
I'm not going to speculate on what happened in that restaurant, what the equipment manager might have said to him. Regardless, Blake shouldn't have hit the guy, especially breaking his hand. But in terms of, like, in everything else, Blake is obviously one of the most sponsored athletes in the NBA. Mm-hmm. You see him in the Kia commercials. You see him on NBA, on TNT commercial all the time. I mean, I think this is, at this point, Dan's made me a believer that this is a good thing for the Clippers, that he's sidelined for weeks. The Clippers play better without him. Blake is a great basketball player. Mm-hmm. He has a unique skill set. He can jump out of the building. He struggles in the Clippers' offense. He's a great basketball player. He's not a great Clipper. Rondo was a great basketball player. He wasn't a great Maverick, right? Obviously, Rondo was hot-headed when he was in Dallas, but you see Blake could be utilized elsewhere. So maybe this is the start of something bigger. Maybe there's disrupt in the locker room. I don't think so, because Jamal Crawford went on The Herd with Colin Cowherd and was singing his praises about Blake. And Jamal, at least from the surface, seems like a very honest individual. And, of course, he likes to mend the peace in locker rooms for a long time. And
there's also reports that they were friends. You know what I mean? So the equipment manager and Blake Griffin were friends. And the one thing that I want to pose to the audience is, if Blake Griffin broke his hand hitting this guy, we've seen the size of Blake Griffin. He is a monstrous individual. Imagine the guy's face. If he hit him in the face, and the reports suggest that he hit him in the face, so I can't imagine his face is in any better shape than Blake Griffin's hand. And unless he's one of those guys that's really big and just can't pack a punch and he punches like that.
Do you know what's frustrating about it too is, here's how I see this working out. If there's video or photos of his face emerging, he'll get slapped with a longer suspension or fine than he does off the bat. If he gets suspended or fined or whatever for punching an equipment manager. I don't know how that works. If they were at a restaurant, it was out of context from a game. I don't know if you get suspended for that. I don't know if you get fined for that. I don't think you should. That's outside the game. Actually, I take that back completely. You should absolutely be held accountable for your actions outside the game. But if there's no photo or video, it's going to be a bunch of different type of suspension or fine.
I don't imagine that Doc Rivers' words to his equipment manager would be, let's showcase the evidence, because he's going to try and protect his player. He's going to want him to maybe just keep it behind closed doors and not to have any further media push this further than it has to go.
Doc went to the equipment manager and he said, look, man, sometimes you got to take one to the face.
It's not Blake's fault.
It's not Blake's fault. It's not Blake's fault. But it does bring up the bigger picture story of this, because Bull Durham, a fantastic baseball movie made, I don't know, 655 years ago, but it's great. Please watch it. Includes, why can't I'm blanking? Tim Robbins was a pitcher. Crash Davis was the character played by Kevin Costner. And Costner is...
Kevin Costner's 658 years of age?
Yes, he is, Francis.
Wow, he looks good.
And Kevin Costner is giving Tim Robbins life advice throughout this movie, including why you always hit with your left hand.
Damn! Man, I didn't mean to hit you, man.
Oh. You hurt my eye. Ow.
Sorry.
Well, did you hit me with your right hand? Did you hit me with your left? Huh? Did you hit me with your right hand? Did you hit me with your left?
My left.
Good. It's good. Well, you get in a fight with a drunk, you don't hit him with your pitching hand. God, I can't keep giving you these free lessons, so quit screwing around and help me up.
Such a great line. I can't keep giving you these free lessons. That's an amazing movie. Make sure you watch that for your baseball movie history.
It's right up there. The Field of Dreams.
You should. You'll cry.
I've cried at Field of Dreams.
You cried?
It's Kevin Costner. He could make a grown man cry.
Very sentimental moment there. What do you think about Blake Griffin and punching out an equipment manager in a restaurant outside Toronto? Wonder if Drake was there. Comment below. Whatever you think. Should they trade him?
Maybe they could fight in the Hotline Ring.
Oh, God. Follow Francis on Twitter. Don't follow Francis on Twitter if you don't want to see awful puns based off Drake at Francis_Maxwell. Myself at JasonRubin91. More importantly, at TYT Sports. Go over there. Go to the Twitter page. Click on follow. And we'll give you a Twitter.